for the headshot. And so what I am a home inspector. So if you're buying any kind of property, your first phone call should be to me, okay? Okay, so this is my family, okay? There's my wife, she refers to herself as Wonder Woman. My three boys, my oldest, Christian, is a physical therapist in Fort Worth. Once he left El Paso, he never came back. My middle son, Alexei, is a teacher with the school district. That's his wife and my grandson. And my youngest son, Jonathan, is a physical therapist. I'm not sorry, occupational therapist. And so he specializes in hands. And he actually just recently got engaged to his fiancée. This is basically my reason. I've spoiled him. My grandson, Keenan, so if you call me and I'm in the afternoon, I'm probably with him somewhere. Okay, so basically this is a definition from the dictionary. A home inspector is a licensed professional who examines a property's condition, identifies potential problems with structure, systems, safety, and provides a report to the buyer or seller to help them make informed decisions. Like I said, what you want to do is if you're buying any property, you want to call a home inspector to inspect it. Especially on these new homes, the builder will offer to do the inspection for you on their behalf. But when you do that, the builder becomes the owner of the report, and so now whatever's in the report, they don't have to share it with you. So that's why you want to get your own report, because now you're the owner and you just have all the information there. And what I try to do is I try to provide a report that's simple, non-alarming, because for the most part, a home, there's never been a perfectly built house, okay? Whenever you have a human factor involved, there's always going to be issues. I've seen builders where they have two separate crews. On one side, those homes are all perfectly built. On the other side of the street, those are like scary homes. So it's the same builder but different crews. So that's what we do. I do. Next. So what I am not, okay? Because I actually get these questions a lot. I am not an adjuster. Elizabeth and Ed handle those guys. That's for the insurance. I am not an appraiser. The appraiser is basically the one that goes and tells you the value of your house, okay? I didn't say that. I am not a building inspector. I'm not a city code inspector. And just for information, from what I've understood is that there are 8 city and code inspectors, and they get about 100 assignments a day. And so they go through these homes quick. Okay, so I don't know if they're really doing the job or not, but that's what they do. Next. Okay, so what I like to do is people ask me, okay, what exactly do you do? Okay, and I'd like to pull up this as a generalist versus a specialist. What I am a generalist, okay? So I'll go out and inspect the entire house from top to bottom, inside and outside. If I see any issues, for example, but if, for example, a roof issue, okay? Then I call the specialist, and he goes out and gives you an estimate of the house and tells you what's wrong. So I can tell you what's wrong with the house, but as far as getting it repaired, you need somebody that does that job, okay? Okay, so I am licensed, okay? So I am licensed in Texas and New Mexico. For the most part, I'm in El Paso. I've gone as far east as Alpine. I've also gone to New Mexico. I've gone to Las Cruces, Ruidoso, as far as Deming. If you want me to go further, then basically just pay me. Yeah. Okay. Next slide. Next. Okay. So basically, the home inspectors are like the Boy Scouts. Okay. The more certifications you get badges, okay, and that's really what we do. We just accumulate badges. And so these are some of the badges I have. I'm indoor air quality, I'm a workplace, I'm a mold inspector, I can inspect the roof. So we have all these badges to make us, I guess, look better. Somebody came up with that. But every time we pass a certification, we get a badge. Next slide. Okay, so this is what we look at, okay? We go to the house, and I start on the outside, okay? So I'll look at the siding, I'll look at the garage, I walk all the way around, I look at the windows, Then we get on the roof. We look at the roof, the chimney, any flashing, the roof, the gutters, the sidewalk. When we go inside and we look at all the systems, I'll inspect the heating system, the water heater, your electrical system, the fireplaces, if you have a fireplace, your AC system, your windows. We check everything electrical. We open and close every window that's accessible. I turn the stove on, the oven on. If it's cold, I'll turn the heater on. If it's hot, I'll turn the air conditioner on. So like I said, we take the whole process and the whole house, and like I said, I break it down into the systems. An average home inspection will take 1.5 to 2 hours. Okay, so I'll do the inspection, and then I like to communicate as much as possible. And so I'm one of the few inspectors that actually encourage the buyer to show up. Because when I finish, I'll walk through and I'll tell them, what I found, the big items or the little items. Say, your roof is shot, call Jeff. Stuff like that. And so that's why, I encourage them to come by and we'll do the walkthrough. And if it's something small, just go to Lowe's and get a little cover for your switch. It's not a biggie. But like I said, I try to do it in a non-alarming way to where, oh my God, your roof is going to fall down and you're going to be caved in. No, I try not to do that. Next. Okay, so the next section is just some of the examples of why you should call a home inspector. Brand new house, builder said nothing wrong with it, go ahead and get it. But the buyer said, no, we'll go ahead and get the house. Okay, we'll get inspection. And so I go out there, and obviously it's a brand new house, I look at it, but I get on the roof, next slide, and there's whole sections missing. So on the front, the back, everywhere that you couldn't see, they didn't put shingles, okay? Next section. Okay, this is the house over by Memorial Park. He actually bought the house without getting an inspection. A year later, he may call and say, hey, Ramon, my house gets hot. I can't figure out why. And so, we did the full inspection, but I went up into the attic. Go ahead, next slide. And whoever did the furnace moved all the insulation to the side and never put it back. So, no wonder his house gets hot. Next slide. This is a stucco house. I don't know if you can see really it, but just this one window, there's water stains. And so I brought out my moisture meter, and there's a little water there, but it's acceptable. And so that's why I tell people, it's probably, ready? Okay, it's probably acceptable. Time flies. Next slide. This is a house. Like I said, we did a walkthrough. She said, this house gets hot. So I did it. I did my thermal image. There's no insulation in the attic, in the ceiling. Okay. Next slide. Sewer scope, I've talked about this before. Basically, I have a camera. We go in through the piping underneath the sewer, and I can find if there's roots or anything blocking the pipes. Next slide. Indoor air quality, like I said, I did this for a little bit. We check the quality of the air inside the house or business. Next slide. This guy wasn't sure if his foundation was level. So if I do have a zip level where I can go ahead and check it out, I'll do 40, 50, and I partner with a engineering firm. We go ahead and check this out and give the report. Next slide. So like I said, we do pre-closing inspections. So if you're buying a house, you need inspection. But also we do pre-listing inspections. So if you want to sell your house, give us a call and we'll do an inspection. And we'll tell you, and we'll give you a report of what they look at. We do multifamily unit inspections. I've done commercial, doctor's offices, just to name a few. So if it's a property, we can inspect it. Next, it should be just any questions.
What's the average cost of an inspection?
The inspection for just really small houses, they're usually around $250, $275. And it's basically, home inspections are based off the square footage. So the bigger the house, the more it costs. I'm pretty simple. I have my fee, but I don't charge extra for 2-story. I don't charge extra for like an older home, or I don't charge extra because I don't mind doing a weekend inspection. So I just go and just do you know, here's my price and when you want me to go. Yes, sir.
Can someone hire you if you're going back and forth with an insurance company? Can they hire you to prove the point?
Actually, yes. I have done inspections for
Sorry.
I have done inspections for insurance to where I've done the roof inspection and I've done the report and sent it to the insurance agent. I've done verification of water damage. I'll go out in there and take photos and do a report and send it off to the insurance. Any other questions? No? Okay. Thank you very much.